It's funny how the biggest moments in life never arrive when you expect them. You can spend years imagining how something will happen, and then, when it actually does, it's nothing like the picture in your head. For me, that moment came on a Thursday. Not a special Thursday. Not my birthday, not our anniversary. Just Thursday. It was raining. The kind of rain that comes down hard and sideways, soaking you even under an umbrella. I was waiting in our usual coffee shop, the one with the squeaky front door and the little round tables too small for a laptop and a coffee cup at the same time. Daniel was late, which wasn't like him. He's one of those people who shows up 10 minutes early for everything. But that day, when he finally walked in, I saw why he might have taken his time. He looked nervous. We'd been together for 3 years. We traveled together, spent holidays with each other's families, even talked vaguely about the future. Friends said we were endgame. My mom used to smile whenever his name came up, like she was already imagining the wedding. But as soon as Daniel sat down, I knew something was up. He didn't touch his coffee. He kept tapping the table with his fingers. And his eyes, usually warm and steady, kept darting between me and the window, like he was building up to something. Then, he reached into his jacket pocket. I knew. Before the little velvet box even appeared, my heart gave this heavy thump. It's the moment every romantic comedy, every Instagram engagement video, every Hallmark movie builds toward. And now it was happening, to me. He opened the box. There it was, a rose gold band, overcut diamond, the exact ring I'd once pointed out months ago in a shop window. He had remembered. He cleared his throat. I love you, he began, voice trembling just a little. I've loved you since the day we met, and I can't imagine my life without you. Will you marry me? Everything froze. The rain, the sounds of the coffee shop, even my own breathing. And then, I felt the weight. Because here's what Daniel didn't know, I had been thinking about leaving. Not because he was a bad person, far from it. Daniel was everything you're supposed to want. Kind. Generous. Reliable. The kind of man who notices when you're cold and hands you his jacket without a word. But somewhere along the way, I'd started to feel trapped. Like I was living inside someone else's dream of a perfect life. The truth. I had been offered a job overseas, a role I'd been working toward for years. It was exactly the kind of adventure I'd always wanted. But it meant moving away, starting fresh, and not knowing when, or if, I'd come back. I hadn't told him. I'd been putting it off, waiting for the right moment. But now, here it was, a ring between us, the unspoken expectation hanging in the air. I looked at him. I looked at the ring. And I felt that restless ache in my chest, the one that had been growing for months. If I said yes now, I would be choosing him, but I'd also be closing a door on the life I'd always imagined for myself. I closed the ring box softly. My voice shook. Daniel. I'm so sorry. I can't. At first, I don't think he believed me. His eyebrows knit together, his mouth half open like he was about to laugh it off. You can't. What do you mean? I'm not ready, I whispered. And it wouldn't be fair to you if I said yes just because it's what's expected. I have to be honest. I've been offered a job overseas. I think I need to take it. The words landed between us like bricks. He didn't yell. He didn't make a scene. He just sat there, blinking, as if replaying the last 3 years in his head, searching for the moment things had started to shift. I wanted to reach across the table and hold his hand, but it felt wrong. Like touching a memory that was already fading. People around us went back to their conversations. The barista turned away politely. Outside, the rain kept falling, unbothered by the quiet disaster happening inside. We left the cafe together, walking side by side in silence. When we reached the corner where we usually said goodbye, Daniel stopped. He didn't hug me. He didn't say, "We'll figure it out." He just nodded once, his jaw tight, and walked away. That was the last time I saw him in person. The next few weeks were a blur of packing, paperwork, and long, lonely nights. I moved overseas. I threw myself into my new job, trying to pretend the hollow feeling in my chest was just homesickness. But it wasn't. It was grief for the life I could have had if I'd said yes that day. There were moments I almost picked up the phone. Moments when I thought, maybe I made a mistake. But deep down, I knew the truth. I wasn't ready to be someone's forever yet. And marriage. Real marriage deserves more than a hesitant yes. A year later, I heard from a mutual friend that Daniel was seeing someone new. I was happy for him, truly. He deserved someone who could say yes without doubt, without hesitation. And as for me, I've grown. I've learned what it means to be alone and still feel whole. I've learned that saying no doesn't make you a villain. Sometimes, it's the kindest thing you can do for both yourself and the other person. Love isn't just about fairytale proposals and perfect timing. Sometimes it's about honesty, even when it hurts. So if you ever find yourself in that moment, the one where everyone expects you to say yes, ask yourself this: do you really want it, or do you just want the moment? Because I promise you, it's better to break a heart now than to live a lifetime in the wrong story. And that Thursday, in a little coffee shop with rain on the windows, I chose to step out of the story everyone wanted for me, so I could write my own.